Hey everyone, I'm Metasomma and welcome to Aspect History. This video is part of our retelling of the ancient Greek myths. In this episode, we're going to start right at the beginning of everything, the Greek creation myth. This is the first of a multi-part special on this topic. This episode in particular covers the start of the universe leading up until the reign of Cronus and the golden age of the gods. There are a number of versions of this tale, all with their own specific quirks and peculiarities. For this video, we're going to cover Hesiod's interpretation from his work, the Theogony. Hesiod's Theogony has arguably the most highly detailed descriptions, and it links to a lot of other Greek myths, which will help keep a consistent narrative in this overall series of videos. Other versions of the story we could have covered include, for instance, the Pulastya Interpretation. The Pulastyans were pre-Greek indigenous populations of modern-day Greece. They had their own vision of how the world was created, which predates Hesiod's version. There's also the Orphic creation myth. The Orphic version is based on the writings of the mythical poet Orpheus, and is specific to the ancient Greek religion Orphism. Links to information and further reading on these other versions can be found in the description. It's worth checking these things out to see how some things stay and some things change in the different versions. Let's begin. At the beginning, there was nothing. The universe was an endless void. Out of this nothingness sprang four beings. First came Chaos, the chasm. Then Gaia, Mother Earth. Within Gaia sprang Tartarus, the deep abyss. Finally, Eros spawned into existence as the primordial being of desire. From Chaos spawned Nyx, the beginning of night, and Erebus, the beginning of darkness. Erebus and Nyx passionately embraced soon afterwards to form Ether, the beginning of light, and Hemera, the beginning of the day. With no partner, Gaia spawned Uranus as both her son and as her equal. Uranus was the primordial personification of the sky, and was created to cover Gaia on all sides, as the living abode for all things. Gaia also spawned Aurea, the personification of the hills, and Pontus, the sea. Uranus mated with his mother Gaia, and together they created the 12 Titans, 6 male and 6 female. These were, in no particular order, Cronus, the Titan god of time and the father of gods. Cronus was the leader of the Titans. Rhea, the Titan goddess of female fertility and the mother of gods. Oceanus, the Titan god of the ocean stream, a theoretical world encompassing river. Tethys, the Titan goddess of rivers. Chios, the Titan god of the celestial axis on which the heavens revolve. Themis, the Titan goddess of divine order and balance. Hyperion, the Titan god of heavenly light. Thea, the Titan goddess of the sun. Crius, the Titan god of the constellations. Phoebe, the Titan goddess of the moon. Lapithus, the Titan god of the mortal lifespan. And Mnemosyne, the Titan goddess of memory. Uranus had become the de facto ruler of the universe by this point in time. Out of Gaia and Uranus pairing came more offspring. Next came the 3 Cyclops, and the 3 100-handed ones. Uranus was jealous of the power of his youngest children. After their birth, they became giant. They were nearly uncontrollable to the king of the universe, so he cast them out into the great pit of Tartarus. This action greatly angered Gaia. Tartarus was said to be so deep that 9 full days would pass before an anvil dropped inside would meet the bottom. Cronus was jealous of Uranus' power, a trait that he seemingly inherited from Uranus. Cronus really wanted to be the ruler of the universe. He found an ally in his mother Gaia, who was still furious that her youngest children were still suffering in the deep abyss of Tartarus. Gaia instructed all of her titanic children to castrate Uranus in order to punish him. However, only Cronus was willing to act. Gaia fashioned a powerful adamant sickle and gifted it to her son to help him. Then she set a trap for Uranus by stating that she would lie with him. Just as they were about to embrace, Cronus appeared and promptly performed the violent deed with his new sickle. He threw his father's detached testicles into the sea. Blood began to spill from Uranus' wound and landed on the earth, and by association, Gaia. From that blending came the giants, even more beings of great strength and aggression. Then came the Furies, the goddesses of vengeance. Finally came the Malai, the nymphs of the ash tree. Uranus' castrated testicles were now floating in the sea. Around them formed a white foam, and from that foam, the goddess of love and pleasure, Aphrodite, was spawned into existence. Uranus threatened future vengeance upon his son for his act of defiance. As the personification of the sky, he never again showed himself during the night hours. Cronus proclaimed himself as the new ruler of the universe. The other Titans joyfully released their imprisoned brethren. Cronus, though, had other opinions on this matter. The new king had a similar feeling about his powerful kin that his father once had. They were too powerful. He almost immediately used his new kingly authority to re-imprison those brethren again, back into the great abyss of Tartarus. Cronus then took his sister Rhea for his wife, thus beginning the golden age of Greek mythology. Uranus and Gaia predicted afterward that Cronus would one day be overthrown by his own son, just as he had overthrown Uranus, much to the new king's horror. That's it, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this part 1, stay tuned for more in this series, or go check out one of our other videos linked right here. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel, your support means a lot to us. If you didn't know already, you can stay up to date with this channel on Facebook and Twitter. Also consider checking out our Patreon page for extra content and other perks, and we'll see you in the next video. Toodles!